Yes. Well, let me talk about last week in that game and that experience. I thought was unbelievable for our guys as players. I thought for the administration to be able to go on that trip and see where Campbell have come since we've started this journey together 10 years ago. And to be on that stage, to be able to play at a homecoming like that, to be able to play a top 10 team like that was a great experience. The second thing is that Jackson State is a really good football team. Them guys are well coached. I thought they played extremely hard, and they was in condition. They was in shape because we go fast. They went fast, and it was a boxing match. We was talking about the Muhammad Ali picture. It really was a boxing match that went down to the 12th round. In today's world, in our world, guys, it was the 15th round. And so, it was a great matchup, talent-wise and coaching-wise. I thought both sides did a great job. And really, I really felt like the difference in the game was in the third quarter. They came up with a great play call by their OC. And I thought that was really good to get the tight end wide open and connected on it. And, if you look at it, that was a 46, 48-yard touchdown. And Shador only had 200 and some change in passing and one touchdown. And a lot of that came off of that play. So I thought our guys competed well to stop the best quarterback in FCS football. That was really good by the defense to make plays to make that happen. And their defense is as advertised, guys. They're going to run around and make some plays. So it was just great experience, great game. We learned a lot. Like I said in the press conference after the game, the first time we played a top 25 team on the road, we lost by 16. The second time, we lost by 8. And it's preparing us for games like this week that count, because this is a playoff game. The team that wins this continue to march forward to trying to get to the playoffs. And that's really what it's all about when you talk about this. So with that, guys, I appreciate you coming here, and I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, I was the one that wanted to know if those numbers were for real, and they were definitely for real there. I'm assuming, I guess that my question is, how do you keep your guys focused after that loss back to conference play? I mean, it's an L, but it's not one that you could really take with you back to the Big South, because you guys still have everything in front of you right now. Is there a problem getting refocused? I don't think there is, but what have you told them to kind of keep them zeroed in?
Well, Chris, I think you start way before the event happens, right? So you start preparing your people to be able to deal with disappointment way in January. You can't really do it week to week. You got to have this already in your mind that this is how things are going to play out. So even if we would have won the game, we would have still had to get back to process, because it's not the end of everything, and it's not, everything, right? So this is what we had to prepare our guys for. To have a championship run, the only thing that matters is how you get to the championship. And in FCS football, it's win your conference. You win your conference, you get to the playoffs. You get to the playoffs, then you get a chance to win a championship. That's how it's done. It's very similar to the National Football League. We didn't focus on every game to win every game. We broke it up into 4 quarters. We said we want to go 3-1 in each quarter, and we got to win our division games. And if we do that, guys, we'll be in the playoffs. And that's how we did it in 2003 with the Carolina Panthers. So no games was more than the other game. Get back to process and let's take care of these goals. And so, Chris, that's how we do it. And that's how I refocus my guys is that, okay, it's Monday. Monday is about being connected to the truth. The truth is we lost the game. The truth is we got to get better. So whatever this is, coaching too. So whatever the 8-point difference is, that's what we focus in on Monday. So we can get that corrected and get better as individuals to then now get ready for Tuesday. And so this has been our messaging throughout the year.
And, far be it from doing back-to-back homecoming games for what they think of you, I guess. It's not not like it was in the high school days with teams. But let me ask you about getting prepared this week for A&T for Jalen Fowler. How much last week helped you and maybe the week before that with these quarterbacks that can light it up? Fowler, no stranger to throwing the ball, no stranger to getting the football downfield, but he can also be baited into making mistakes. How much did last week help you? What do you have for Jalen this week?
Well, I really believe that it's about their running back, number 33. It's really about him. I believe he's the Marshall Faulk of their offense, man. It goes through him. Everything is about him. And he helps the quarterback become who the quarterback is. And he opens up the deep ball that the quarterback wants to throw. And so you got to be able to maintain 33. And if you can't do that, their offense become a problem. If you can make them one-dimensional by stopping their best player, then now, you got a chance to hold up outside with number 88. 88 probably has the best ball skills as far as jumping and stopping and jump balls that I've seen. I can promise you the kid probably played basketball because his ability to stop and jump and high point the ball and catch it is like Randy Moss was. And he's mossing a lot of people, in games. And so that's what we got to be concerned with is trying to make this football team one-dimensional. Coach Washington has done a great job of making his team a team that can do both because of I got a great running back and you better deal with this. And if you do, now I just throw it out there and get jump balls and I got athletes that can make that happen. So that's the messaging as far as the offense of A&T is concerned.
May I ask you just to drill down on being a defensive back, being a guy back there that was stopped. Now, what do you do with somebody like that when you walk out there and almost like happened to me in pickup games? I'm 6'1", looking at somebody 6'7", and I'm in trouble. What do you do with somebody like that out there? How can you compete? Do you look for help over your shoulder or what can you do?
You get to the quarterback. That's what you better do, right? You get to the quarterback, you put him on his back, and then now he can't throw them balls out there on time with rhythm. And that's really where it's at, Chris, is that you got to attack the quarterback. And that's the name of the game if you want to stop that type of stuff that's going on out there. As far as the DB is concerned, man, you just got to compete. You're going to get about 5 or 6 of them, and you got to compete. And you cannot, take a play off. You cannot fall asleep with this guy. And you got to continue for 70 plays, because you're only going to get 4 or 5 of them. So 70 plays you playing, and the other 65, you better be ready to go for them 5 that you're going to get. And I think that's the trick, right? Is staying in tune and connected to the whole game, because you don't know where them 5 coming from. So you got to be in tune the whole time. And if you can stay in tune, I think you got a chance.
And the last question, how did last week out there, that experience with, Prime and Jackson State, prepare your guys to go into the greatest homecoming of all time here coming up?
Well, I don't know, man. We're about to find out, right? Because I'm really excited to see the greatest homecoming on earth, and compared to Jackson State. I told Thomas that I'm going to be the judge, so we're going to have some fun doing that. So it's going to be interesting, man. Again, the environment that we was in last week was just top notch. It really was. It was very professional. I thought they had a great time as far as the atmosphere was concerned, and creating an event for your fans to come to. I really thought it was top notch. So the greatest homecoming on earth, and they got a tall task, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they break it down, because they say they don't need celebrities at their spot to make it the best.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you.
Coach, Aubrey Miller Jr. was playing like Von Miller on Saturday. He had those two disruptive plays in the third quarter that pretty much took y'all out of a rhythm and robbed you of any momentum. Can you describe what he did and how it affected you and your ability to maybe try to get back in that game and have a chance to win it?
Miller probably had his best game, because I've watched all the games from last year to this year games. And that's probably his best football game that he's had since he's been there. And he played phenomenal. He did everything right that a linebacker is supposed to do. Make big hits on 4th and 1 to change the game. That was early on in the game, okay? Because we get that 4th down, we're probably going to march down there and get some points. And that's the opening drive for us. And he stopped that momentum. So that's one that most people forget about. Then you have the sack that he come off the edge, and then some of the big hits he was having on our running backs. And that gets everybody going, right? It gets the defense going, it gets the offense going. And just a huge game by him. But that's what he's supposed to do. If you're going to be the middle linebacker on a great defensive team, you must be that in a big game. And he was that. He knew it was a money game. He knew that the scouts was there. He knew that the Senior Bowl representatives was there. He knew the East-West Shrine Bowl people were watching, and he came and he performed and he did what he was supposed to do, and was the MVP on the defensive side for them guys, man. I think he made everybody else's job very easy, because if everybody got to see what 6 can do. If 6, if we got everything working, 6, I'm talking about our quarterback, becomes a problem. And Miller was able to control our first down plays better than anybody we've faced up to this point.
Is that a problem that could carry into this weekend, or is that just one tremendous talent who just basically took over the defensive end of Jackson State's game?
Well, I hope it's the latter. I hope it's because it's Miller and it's not because of some scheme that teams can take advantage of. I think it's because of Miller. Miller is different. And he's an NFL talent. Everybody's not an NFL talent, even though they might think that. This guy is, and he's going to get a chance to go make some money doing this. And so I don't think it's many linebackers that's out there like that, okay, at this level. And so, at the end of the day, I believe that A&T have 2 great linebackers. I really do. I think they fast. I think they instinctive. I think they make a lot of plays for them. I really think they the heart of their defense is those 2 linebackers that A&T has. So it's not taking anything away from them 2. So don't hear that. But Miller is special, and he plays special. Now it's one thing to play special too, and he was able to do that. And so I do think that at the end of the day, it was more him than it was some defensive scheme. He was making them plays. It wasn't the scheme that made them plays.
Right. On the other side, Leslie catches 2 touchdown passes, almost 200 yards. The receiving, the quarterback has a big day. How do you measure that against the fact that it was against Robert Morris, or does that really matter? I mean, you put up numbers against the defense you face. Is that
no?
I think
Leslie. Yeah, I think Leslie is talented. If you put him out there with less talented people, that's what he's gonna do to him. That's what he's supposed to do to him. And so to me, that just shows his talent. It doesn't show that Robert Morris, it was Robert Morris on the field. It shows that if you put somebody on the field that's not as talented as me, this is what I'm going to do to him. Okay. And that's what makes Leslie, dangerous is he understands who he is. He understands how to make the plays, and the quarterback did a great job of getting him the football so he can do that. And so what we got to be able to do is compete. I can tell you this, Leslie is just like them boys we just faced at Jackson State. He's no better than them. I can promise you that. So we've seen the best of the best. And Leslie is just one of the best that we got to go face this week.
Is in facing Jackson State, that would appear to have led you to step up your game on all levels and talk about your players, because you have seen the top-ranked team, and now you've come into conference play. So it sort of sets up a situation that you're primed up, pardon the pun, to get into a position to get into first place. Do you feel that your team gained enough from last Saturday to make this game what they need to make it in order to get first place?
No, absolutely. Thomas, that was the game plan, is to be able to play at William and Mary, play at ECU, and play at Jackson State. That can't help but make you better, and get you prepared for trying to win the conference championship on the road at A&T homecoming, and the history of what their record is on homecoming day. Man, that's a lot. And so you have to go through the battles to be ready for the war that you're about to go into with A&T. And so, yes, it's going to make us better. It did make us better. It did get us prepared for that. But they're going to be ready too, man. So it's going to be a great game. I can't wait. I think Coach Washington, again, has built that football team to mirror who he is. And, man, it's going to be fun.
Couple of quick points.
Coach, I want to sneak in here and get one question in, because I got another Zoom press conference I need to get to here in a couple minutes. But you spoke about how big of a stage that you guys were on against Jackson State and how big that was for your program from a national perspective. But this upcoming game, 2 undefeated teams within the Big South Conference, and you're both in-state foes. Why should this game be kind of put on that same scale, not just from a statewide perspective, but for the Big South Conference overall, to have a matchup like this in late October?
You know what? If you're a commissioner, this is a dream come true, right? It's you have your, 2 of the, because it's 3 of us right now, because Gardner Webb is in this conversation too. So you got 2 of the 3 in late October coming together, homecoming, greatest one on the earth. And all of that should create excitement, again, nationwide. It shouldn't be just in the state of North Carolina, because I know A&T got a lot of fans all over the world. And so, of course, man, I think this is a dream matchup for the conference, because it puts the Big South on the stage. It also put the CAA on the stage, which both of us are going to. And so us and A&T, we're going to be doing this a lot, and every year. And so it's going to be created into a great rivalry game of, North Carolina teams on the FCS level being able to do this. And this is the first time we ever played. It's the biggest game of the year as far as winning the conference championship. Come on, man. JB, you can't ask for nothing else. This is a match made in heaven.
That is exactly what I was looking for, and I was expecting to hear from you, Coach. Thank you so much. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing, Coach? Quick, so you talked a little bit about Shedeur and the one explosive play you guys allowed, but you guys still held him to his lowest yardage total of the season. What did you guys see on film coming into the game? What was the game plan to slow down one of the best passing attacks in the country?
Thanks, Zach, for that question, man. You know, what I saw on film was the fact that they want to throw the football. I felt like they was really like and I use these analogies, guys, just to give a reference point, right? So if you're a football person, you'll get it. And they reminded me of the 90 Bills, where they really didn't want to run the football. They want to throw the football around. They want to get the ball in these athletes' hands. They start the game off by putting Travis Hunter in the game and throwing him a bubble route to get the ball in his hand. And that's what they want to do. Shedeur does a great job of that, distributing the football, getting the ball down the field. And so why are you going to go in the game thinking anything else to stop other than that, right? Don't let him throw the deep ball. Don't let him get in a rhythm of what he want to do as far as putting the ball out there. So we was changing up the coverages. It wasn't really pressure. That wasn't how you. That's not how you beat Sanders. You don't come pressure him. He'll eat you up doing that stuff because of the athletes that's on the outside. What you do is you drop 9 sometimes, you drop 7 sometimes, you drop 6 sometimes, and they doing different things. Sometimes it's zone, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 2-man, sometimes it's cover 1, and you just change the picture up all the time that he can never get comfortable with what you're doing, okay? And that's how you do it, and you let him run a football. So the kid who got 100 yards, well, we let you do that. I want you running the football because I felt like if you got in the red zone, we could stop you. That's what I felt, okay? And you know, that's how the game played out is we made sure that, you know, the ball stayed in front of us and we ran and tackled it. And then when you got in the red zone, you're going to have to make plays with your legs because you're not going to throw the ball in for any touchdowns. And so that's what we was able to do.
And it worked really well. And then the other call before my question about A&T this weekend, you guys went for it on 4th down on your side of the 50, first drive of the game, and it shocked a lot of people. What was the mindset? Was that just you guys saying, listen, we're here to win this game, and I trust my O-line and running backs to go make a play?
Well, it's Zach, it goes a lot into analytics and, you know, where you at. The analytics shows you and tells you that even on your side of the field, if it's a certain 4th down, you should go for it. And so I'm not going to act like some, you know, genius that came up with that. I mean, the computers help us a lot in that situation, and it was a go. And so we went, and we know this because we practice this way to understand that the analytics might tell us to go for it on 4th and 1 on our own 20. So be prepared for that. What are we going to go to when we do that? Because people are going to kill me in the media if we don't make it. And so we better get the right play to make it happen. So what did we do? We got big and, you know, ran the ball up the middle and put our big running back behind that big offensive line and get these yards. And we was able to break one. Then the second one, okay, 4th down play that we talked about earlier with Miller. Well, if my running back stay behind his blocker like he did the first time, he's going to get the first down. What he did was cut back into that lion's den, and Miller was sitting there waiting on him. And so that's why you trust your training. You trust the play, and you stay behind that big offensive line, even though it looks like there's nothing there. And then your big tail push the line for the 2 yards that we need to get that first down. And if he'd have done that, that play would have been able to work again.
I love it, Coach. And the final question, you guys in the season, 3 out of 4 games on the road, conference on the line. How are you preparing your team to face that gauntlet of a road stretch? And also, what would it mean for Campbell to win that first Big South Conference championship this year?
Zach, it would mean everything because it's a historical moment because we've never done it. And to be the first team to do it means a lot. I mean, that's all we've been talking about since January. Every time we lift a weight, every time we go out and run a sprint, every time we have a minute in the meeting room, we are thinking about winning a championship. And we are in position to do that. So what does it come down to, Zach? It comes down to choices. You must make choices right now that says, I want the championship. So you got to make the choice on Sunday to get up after a tough game, get up and go in and get treatment. Go in and rehab your body. Go in and recover. You got to make choices to say, I got to eat this because I know it's going to help my body recover. I got to get in that cold tub because I know my body needs this, right? And you say, I got to go to sleep. I can't stay up all night. I can't be watching TikTok or whatever they be doing on their phones. I got to be able to get in and go to choices, man. Only get you to make championship runs. And now we in that space of you got to make a choice because your body and everything else is telling you, don't do it. It's too much. Why are we practicing on Monday in full pads? Why are we going hard? I'm sore. Coach, what are we doing? Well, if you want this championship, man, you got to go to the dark place. And that's where we at right now in this 3-week run right here. It's the dark place. And the teams that make the right choices throughout the week, is going to be the one who win this championship, man. And Zach, man, that's why we do it. We do it for these moments, to be able to be in this game playing against this great football team for the lead in the Big South, man. It doesn't get any better than that.
Coach, I appreciate you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Coach, what's the health situation with your team?
We are healthy. Everybody will be there as far as, season-ending injuries, of course, with our big right tackle. He was out. He's been out for the last 3 weeks. Central, he went out in the first half, and he'll be out for the season. Other than that, everybody is good, everybody's healthy, and everybody's strong.
And finally, when we come back next Tuesday, we expect a decision on which of the homecomings were better. This puts you in the ultimate hot seat.
Hey, I cannot wait, Thomas. I put myself in the hot seat by saying that I'm going to judge it. And I'm going to have some fun with it. We're going to have a reveal of who and what homecoming was the best on earth. And they just got to believe me now. Whoever lose is probably going to come after me, but that's okay. I love you. I really do. And but I'm gonna be truthful, Thomas, in my judging.
I'm looking forward to it, Coach. Good luck in Greensboro on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.